Hey everyone, I'm here with your weekly Tarotscope for the week of March the 18th to the 24th of 2019. I'm using the Animal Wisdom Tarot deck for the month of March. If you're interested in seeing daily draws, I do those on my Instagram and Facebook so during the week, Monday to Friday, so you can check that out there. Also, as well, if you want your own reading, you can go to the Etsy shop. Links are below. And just right now we have, as the featured reading, we have the Goddess Team reading. So if you're wondering what goddesses or what female archetypes, divine feminine energy you can work with right now, that's a really great reading and it's proven to be really popular. I'm using the new Goddess Power Oracle deck by Colette Baron Reid. So if you're interested in that, you can check it out. It's at a reduced price for the month of March. So let's get started. So I'm going to start with Pisces because we are in the season of Pisces. Sun is in Pisces, so why not start with them? So we have here Raccoon, the Seer of Fossils, also known as the Page of Pentacles. So this is a week, Pisces, where it's really going to be steady as you go. There's not a lot of sort of dramatic changes. This is also a card that says it's a really important time to take care of yourself. So self-care is very important right now. Also make sure that you are not overspending, you're kind of watching your money. It's very much about taking care of yourself. This is also the student card as well. So if you are studying, this is saying like, hey, you know, get down to your studies, make sure you're spending time doing that, taking care of those things. And it's showing that this is really a week of learning and that you're really looking at being a student and learning things. For Aries, we have the Nautilus, the Ace of Shells or the Ace of Cups. Aries, you're going to be really learning this week to open up to your emotions, to open up to your feelings, also to inspiration as well. This is very much a card about letting your heart be open and that you don't always have to act all the time. I know that being a fire sign, you really want to be active, but it's saying that this is more a time to be receptive and open to what's sort of going on around you. For Taurus, we have the Monkey, the Two of Fossils. This is a week, Taurus, where you're going to be juggling a lot of things. It's going to be a busy week, but you are going to handle it. And in fact, you're going to feel very much like very confident, like you're on top of things and you're really handling it very well. It's also a week where you might see a little bit of money come your way. It's not going to be a ton, but it's kind of like enough to kind of help you out a little bit. For Gemini, we have the Whale, the all-encompassing. This is also the World in most decks. Gemini, this is a week where you really feel like you've accomplished something. You're giving yourself that pat on the back. You feel like you've kind of ended one chapter and now you're beginning another. There have been some big changes that have come your way. You may have changed jobs, or you might be finishing up your studies or moving house. But even if it's not some big external change for you, there's been an internal shift and you're moving to another level right now. So you should give yourself a pat on the back for all you've accomplished. For Cancer, we have the Penguin, the Seer of Shells, or the Page of Cups. Cancer, you're very sensitive, especially with the full moon that's happening this week. You're feeling very just kind of sensitive to everything around you, so make sure you're practicing a lot of self-care, that you are spending time alone, that you're making sure you have time to care for yourself in a really positive way. It's also showing that you're nurturing something new, and that could be a creative project of some kind. But to make sure that you give time for that. And if you are nurturing a creative project, it's saying that right now is not really the time to show it to people. It's not quite ready yet. It still needs a little bit of care and nurturing. For Leo, we have the Lion. So we have the card that signifies Leo, ruler of the open heart. So this is a perfect card for Leo. It's all about that inner strength and radiating that strength. It shows that this is a week where you don't have to be forceful. You can win over people by being gentle and persuasive and persistent. You can win over people by just being consistent over time, and also by setting an example as opposed to trying to tell people, you know, what to do and how to do it. For Virgo, we have the Heron, or the Two of Feathers, also known as the Two of Swords. Virgo, if you've been putting off making a decision, this is the week where you need to make a decision. You know, sometimes it's good to step back and to consider things before we do that, but it's saying that you've kind of overanalyzed it at this point, and now you need to kind of like shit or get off the pot, as they say. You need to make a decision of some kind and realize that not making a decision is still making a choice. For Libra, we have Magpie, or the Seven of Feathers. So Libra, this week is a week where you might find out something that was hidden from you. You may find out something that you didn't know before, but maybe suspected. So if your intuition is telling you that something's not quite right, it's because it isn't. It's also saying that you don't have to tell everybody everything. Now, this isn't about being deceptive or anything like that. It's just saying that, some people don't always have your best interests at heart. So sometimes it's okay to just quietly do what you're doing, and not expose yourself to people who, don't support you, so to speak. For Scorpio, we have the Wolf and the Nine of Fossils. This is a great week, Scorpio, for you. It's a week where you're definitely feeling accomplished. You feel like you very happy and satisfied with everything that's around you. And it's a week to really just appreciate what you have and enjoy yourself. And again, give yourself that pat on the back, much like Gemini, for all you've accomplished. This is definitely a week that's good for relaxation, a week that's good if you are taking a vacation of some kind. But either way, take some time to enjoy yourself this week, Scorpio. You've been working hard and you deserve to kind of relax and take care of yourself. For Sagittarius, we have the Horse, the Spirit of Freedom, otherwise known as the Chariot. Sagittarius, it's a week where you're very determined, you're going for a goal. If you're traveling, this bodes well as well, or moving house. But it's a week where you're very determined, and if there is something that you're working towards, this is a great week to get a lot of things accomplished. You have a lot of energy, you're very focused, you're very driven, so take advantage of that energy. For Capricorn, we have the Goat, which, this is a Capricorn card as well. We have the Devil here, the shadow god of liberation. So otherwise known as the Devil, which also represents Capricorn. Not that Capricorn is the devil, but you know what I mean. It's the tarot card that represents the sign of Capricorn in the tarot. So this is a week where you're being asked to kind of look at are you being overly materialistic about things? Is there an area of your life where you feel that it's kind of taken over? An area of your life where you feel like maybe it's out of balance, it's out of whack. If you're feeling like, maybe you do have some issues with things like can be an extreme as an addiction, or just even feeling like just kind of out of sorts and like you aren't totally comfortable with things that are going on, that's an area that really needs to be looked at. Because the thing with most devil cards will show you two people with chains around their necks, but they could easily slip them off. So it shows that, thinking you're trapped by things or that you have to do things is sort of an illusion. So it's asking you to examine that this week. For Aquarius, we have the Hummingbird and the Six of Branches. Aquarius, there's going to be some very good news this week for you. This is the card of victory. So if you've been working hard towards something, you're going to make some major progress this week. There's an accomplishment that's waiting for you. Celebrate your victories this week. This is going to be a good week with some really good news for you. So that's what I'm seeing in the cards for the 12 signs. I hope that this has been helpful to you and, giving you a little insight about the energies that you're working with for this week. If you're interested in going over and checking out my Patreon, you can definitely do that. We are doing a little revamp of the Witch School. I'm going to be doing a fire module for the April, May, June season, which is all about spellcraft. So you can come and check that out if you're interested. Otherwise, I also have a Facebook group that's totally free. That's really great community, the Rock and Roll Witches. If you want to come and join us there, that would be super awesome. Thank you so much for watching. And as always, peace and love.